using a Schroeder Sharpshooter 85 guitar. These are available on schroederguitars.com. I'm going to leave that web address link in the description. Also, there's 6 or 7 Schroeder guitars on Reverb right now, different models. So if you're interested in buying this guitar, which I highly recommend, fantastic instrument, I love it, going over to schroederguitars.com or Reverb. Our lesson today, we're going to do Deuce off the Alive 1 album. I like the Alive 1 album version better than the studio recording. This sounds a little heavier, just a little more in your face. And then the band, you know, kind of keeps that same approach with the song today in their live set. So Deuce has a lot of importance as far as the band's history goes. This was the first song that Peter, Gene, Paul, and Ace jammed on when Ace was auditioning for the band. So it's really stood the test of time. It's still in the live set today. One of my all-time favorites. Such a heavy, killer groove. But so let's go over the tuning. If you want to play along with the Live 1 or this lesson, you're going to need to tune to E flat. That's a half step down from standard. So let's get started with Deuce Kiss. Okay, we're going to start off with that intro lick that's played by Paul Stanley. And I'll do a playthrough so you can hear it. Alright, cool lick. So we're going to start here on the 14th fret of the A and the D string. So you're just going to bar your first finger across those 2 strings. And we're going to be kind of going back and forth from, you know, so we're going to be adding this 16th fret of the D string in there. So we're doing 2 down strums, put your ring finger on the 16th fret of the D, lift up, put it down again, and then lift up again. So we have, on the last part we do a couple more strums, so 1, 2, and then you're gonna shift down, and you can kind of, you know, hold those notes and just as you shift down to this 10th fret of the D and G, and we're gonna go. So this one we're playing again, same thing, A and D string, 10th fret. We're going to play those, and on the second strum we're going to hammer on to the 12th fret of the A string. So you can let those strings ring, you can let it in as chordal. But after you hammer on, you're going to switch to this chord here, which is just a, you know, part of an F power chord. So you're going to be on the 10th fret of the D and G. So let's play that what we have so far. Okay, from here we go. This little lick. So we're shifting down to the 12th fret of the A and D string, and we're doing a, and on that second strum down we're going to hammer on the 14th fret of the A. And then we're going to do, after you hammer on, you're going to play this note here on the 12th fret of the D. So it's, and then you're doing another hammer on pull off from the 12th to 14 on the D, right there. So let's play what we have slowly. And then it repeats again, same thing. But you're going to stop right there on the 10th fret of the D and G. So that's the intro guitar. Let's do a little playthrough with the main riff of the song. So it goes like this. go over that part. That's a huge part of the song. So the reference chord on this song is going to be your A5 power chord, and that's going to be on the 5th fret of the low E, 7th fret of the A. So the first part we do 2 down strums. But we do this fun, kind of tricky little rhythm. So you're doing a quick down up strum, and then a down up down strum. So it's, and that's occurring on the 7th fret of the D and G string and the 5th fret of the D and G string. So you're kind of going back and forth from those 2 chords. So down strum. Now we're playing these little perfect 4th intervals. That's going to be 7th fret of the D and G to the 5th fret of D and G. So, and then we just move up string each way, and then we're going to do A and D. On the 7th fret, A and D, 5th fret, so it's back to the A5. Now this is the verse. So when the singing starts, basically you're going to hold on the A5 and go to C to D. So C is going to be 3rd fret of the A, 5th fret of the D. We're going to go up 2 frets to the D5. So this is going to be 5th fret of the A, 7th fret of the D. And then we come back into the main riff again. Repeats again. Again. This time it goes. So that's going to be, I guess, considered the pre-chorus right before the main chorus of the song. So it's just a C5, we learn that chord, a D5, back to C5, and then we're going to finish here on an A5, which is an open A string and 2nd fret of the D. Okay, the chorus. Okay, let's go over that part. So this is a little, kind of, I call them walk down licks. So you're starting here on the C note, which is the 3rd fret of the A string. We're doing then you're going to hold it, and you're going to play it again. So you let that ring and then pick, and that's going to be 3rd, 4th, 5th fret of the A string. So we have, and then we're going to do the same thing, but we're just going to move to the E string and then open E. So together. Repeats again. F chord, which is going to be 1st fret of the low E string, 3rd fret of the A. You're going to hold that, and you're going to finish here with a quick little 1, 2, 3. You're stopping the string ringing in between that, so it's kind of tight. And that's going to be on the G5, so that's 3rd fret of the low E, 5th fret of the A. So we have, let's play it together, all up to tempo. Okay, so the second verse is pretty much the same as the first verse as far as the rhythm guitar parts go. However, there are a couple of Ace Frehley guitar fills in there. So as we're playing that main rhythm, let's play that part. So that's the first lick, first fill. So we do it's going to be coming back and forth from the 7th fret to the 5th fret of the G. So you do a pluck the 7th fret of the G, and then you're going to do a hammer-on pull-off from 5 to 7, and then it comes back to 5. So we have... So when you come back, this note, the D note on the 7th fret of the G, you're going to do a full bend, and then a slow vibrato there when you get the note all the way up. Comes back into the rhythm to this. Okay, so all this is based around the A minor pentatonic scale here in the 5th position. So we're doing this lick. So that's going to start here, plucking the note on the 8th fret of the B, and then you can do a hammer-on pull-off from 5 to 8 to 5, and then end here on the D note of the 7th fret of the G. From there we do a so we're here on the 8th fret of the B string. We're doing a full bend with, again, that really wide rocking vibrato. And then we do hammer-on pull-offs here, just like we did before. So it's going to be 5, 8, 5, end on the 7th fret of the G, and then 5, 7, 5, end on the 5th fret of the D. Then we come back to the A5, just like we had before, C5, and then we have this lick. And this lick follows the drum pattern in the song, so it's very percussive sounding. So we're doing a slide from the 12th fret to the 14th fret, so it's... Once we grab this note here on the 12th fret of the G, we're pretty much just holding that note, but we're stopping the ringing, so it's really a very kind of choppy, I guess, staccato sound. And that's the rhythm there on that note, so that's following the drum pattern. So you pick, slide, we can grab the A5 here at the 12th fret instead of having to try to move the hand quickly up to the 2nd position or even the 7th position. So that's just 12th fret of the A, 14th fret of the D. So we hold this, back to C5, D5, it repeats again, same lick. And then we come back to here. And everything is the same. Here is the middle guitar solo. We'll break down all of that. So we're coming out of that, you know. Then we have this. So let's talk about that first. Ace does this a lot, and it's a signature Ace guitar lick for sure. So, and it's a really cool sounding lick. It's chordal, you know, so I guess it would be considered maybe like a double stop. But your first finger is going to be anchored here on the 5th fret of the B. It's not going to move from there. It's not going to bend the note. The only note bending is going to occur here on the 7th fret of the G. You want to make sure that you've got your middle finger back behind the 3rd finger, so that you can better support that finger and get a better bend. It's pretty tough to do that just with one finger, so might as well use that 2nd finger there just to help with that. So when you do this, you're hitting the G and B strings together, and then after we do that 3 times, you're just rocking that single D note on the 7th fret of the G back and forth. So we're going, and then we do a, so we're doing a, you know, bend up with the G note or G string, 7th fret of the G. So you go, and then you're going to grab these 2 notes on the B and high E. So you're just barring your first finger across those notes on the 5th fret. So we have, and then it ends with a trill there. That's which is occurring from the 5th and 7th fret of the G string. And a trill just means, you know, fast hammer on pull off. So we have this. And then pretty much the lick kind of stays the same, so we do a, repeat that again 3 times. So nothing really changes there, so it's kind of like the same guitar lick is repeated right behind each next lick in the solo. Okay, so we slide all the way down here to the 16th fret of the D string. And we're coming back and forth from the 14th fret of the G to the 16th fret of the D. See? So we go G, D, G, and then we're going to come here to the 17th fret of the B and do, again, a very wide vibrato. Slowly, that's going to sound like... And then we do this lick. So the first part's going to be a hammer-on pull-off from the 15 to the 17 on the B string. But then we're going to slide to the 13th fret of the B. So when we slide that note in, we're doing a, coming back and doing a single pull-off from the 15 to the 13. So it's, and then we're coming back and forth from the 13 to the 14 on the G. So we're doing a, and then this lick. And that's going to be 15, 14, 13. So you're going to keep that first finger anchored here at the 13th fret of the B string, and then you're doing pull-offs. And that's just... And I'm plucking that note 1 time. Then we do a full bend. And then do another quick hammer-on pull-off. And that's going to be, so when you do that quick bend, you do a hammer-on pull-off again from the 13 to the 15th. And then you're going to do another quick wide vibrato here on the 15th fret of the G. Then we do another quick hammer-on pull-off. And that's going to be 12 to 14 on the G, to the 14th fret of the D, back to the 12th fret. So let's play what we have so far. And then we have this. So that's a, you know, pull off from, you're going to pluck the note here on the 9th fret, or excuse me, 10th fret of the B string. Or you could pluck those notes if you want. And then pull off here from the 7th to 5th, excuse me, goodness, 9th to the 7th on the G. So we have, and then 7-5, same thing on the G string, and then 7/5 on the D. So we have then this descending lick. So that's going to be 5th fret of the high E, 8th fret of the B string, 5th fret of the B string, 8th fret of the G, 7, 5, and then 7, 6, 5, 7, 6, 5, 7. So let's play. It's all based around the blues scale. So and I should say that again, you know, Ace plays it in a very staccato way, so he's kind of digging into those notes and kind of stopping them, so they're not ringing very long. So let's go that again. 5, 8, 5, 8, 7, 5, 7, 6, 5, 7, 6, 5, and then we end here on the C. So then it goes right back into that chorus. And then there's a lick that Ace plays right before we go into that main intro riff again. He goes. So this is going to be a slide on the B string to the 13th fret. So you're going to be barring across the 13th fret of the B and high E. And then you're going to do the same thing again. That's going to be a whole step down from the 13th to the 15th of the same thing, B and high E string. And then it goes back into that intro riff. So that's all the middle guitar solo, all the fills, all the rhythm parts of Deuce. I'm going to cover the outro solo in another lesson because it's quite involved and it's going to take a whole lot more time to demonstrate. I don't want to make this video an hour long, so I will definitely be uploading that part soon. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. It really helps me grow my channel so I can provide more lessons. Thank you guys. Chris Cox. See you later.